Hello, hello everyone. I'm happy to see you today. And today we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics in social media management, copywriting for social media. As I'm an owner of an international agency and I have already 15 clients all over the world and more than 20 employees I have and co-workers I have in my agency, I need to tell you that I started my agency from zero, being a copywriter. So I think that copywriting skills are essential to being a good social media manager. That's how I started my career, and that's one of the most important and interesting topics for me to cover in this sphere. So let's dive in. What will we discuss today? How to hook the reader in Instagram blog. What is a good way to start a post? What kinds of posts can be there? How to write different kinds of posts? How to get a reaction from the audience? And we will talk at the end a little bit about stories. I will tell you the common mistakes in stories and how to make your stories interesting, watchful, and interactive for your subscribers. I will read a lot today because there is a lot of information, so I'm sorry in advance, but it's really necessary to understand everything I'm talking about today. So every piece of text you write must have a clear purpose, such as inspiring a purchase, increasing audience trust, or evoking a practical emotion or particular emotion. If the goal is to evoke an emotion, it's important to understand exactly which emotion you want to evoke. Simply putting words together in sentences and paragraphs, it's absolutely not enough. People love to read what is useful. So we all have seen useful content in Instagram because people like to understand some tips and tricks how to make their life easier. People like to read about other people's failures. Don't be afraid to tell about yourself, about your failures and problems and how you recovered from the problems, how your business recovered from the problems. Because when we see a person recovering from the problem or facing a problem, we feel a deeper connection with this person. When we see pure and beautiful Instagram of perfect people who are good mothers, perfect businesswomen, no problems with partners, no problems anywhere, we don't feel they are real. We think, oh my God, there is something from the movie, there is something I can't feel connection to. So when we tell about our problems and how we face these problems, we make deeper connection with the audience. Even if it's a business page, we can tell about problems we face in business and show how we solve it. It always will make audience closer to your business. Next one, people like to read what's funny. It's not a secret that Instagram is made to entertain, not to educate, to be honest, but to entertain. We want to spend time on Instagram just to have a little bit of fun. That's why we can make more jokes and more jokes and more jokes, because it always also make connection with audience. And the last one, but not least, people like to read about something that reminds them of themselves. So let them know you're just like your reader and tell your stories from your life, how you become a person you are, how your business grew from zero to hero. And they just like to see the way of transformation of a person. When we are watching a movie or reading a novel, we don't like to just look at the artist or at the person in the stable mood. Yeah, we like to see how he or she evolves. We like to read how he or she faces the problems or have some adventures and how he is changing. So don't hesitate to show your changes in your social media. It's not a photo. You are not a photo in your social media. It's not, you are changing. You are a real human being. So show your changes. We will start with the beginning. Yeah, how to hook the reader in the blog from the very first phrase you post in a blog. There are a couple of ideas how you can start your post or your text. First of all, clickable headline. A bright and catchy beginning of 7 to 10 words that entice the reader to continue reading the text. Next one, professional terms always should be explained in accessible language. Please eliminate complicated phrases. For example, we just say, I'm tired, or they were tired, instead of in a state of fatigue. We say, we decided, or I decided, instead of a decision was made. We say, we took samples, instead of sampling was conducted. Just use easy language. Imagine you are talking to a friend. A good text should be a lively account of an event or experience that interests you. Write as if you were speaking to a friend or to your mother in the simplest language you can use. When I worked at a publishing house and explained to a guidebook author the type of text I expected from them, I always said, write as if you're giving instructions to your mom, with a lot of love, with a lot of friendship, with a lot of good feelings in a very easy language. Even though maybe your blog is about something really complicated and professional, in social media, it should be explained like almost for a child. Please be sure to check your texts for errors with special services, or use the service of a proofreader, and etc., because your Instagram might be very beautiful. Your text might be very deep. Everything, designs could be perfect. But if there are mistakes inside the text, nobody would trust your business. Nobody would trust your business owner down the level of trust to what you are saying. So if you are saying something making mistakes, nobody will trust this information. So make sure to check everything you post on special services or a proofreader. Also, I don't advise you to use a lot of images, because when we use too many images for a post, our text seems too entertaining or not so deep, not so interesting. So please, couple of images for one post is absolutely enough, not more than 10. So just try to use images only on topic, appropriate images if you need them. Next piece of advice here is to divide your text into small paragraphs. Don't overuse long sentences because they can be hard to read. The rule of using 2 commas is a sentence should not be exceeded. A sentence that is too long can be easily broken up into shorter ones. As I already said, people come to Instagram to entertain themselves. And it's hard for us to read texts with a lot of words and complicated phrases in the big blocks of text. I just don't feel like reading it. So you easily can divide big text into smaller parts, into smaller paragraphs, and make your sentences smaller. A next important rule, which works perfectly well with posts and with stories, by the way, too, in one post, we tell one thought, one action, one idea. For example, there might be a post about you having your vacation during summer, and you can put in this post your main idea, how you feel about the summer. Don't try to put there your plans for the future, your past events, everything you've done during this summer trip. No, just try to make this post as understandable as possible, and be sure that only one idea, one main idea remains in this text, not more. Let's go further. What is a good way to start a post? There are a couple of options I offer you here. Maybe you know more options, so I'd be happy to share your ideas. What are great ways to start a post during our Q&A session? First of all, I offer you to start a post with impressive facts, preferably in numbers. Statistically, a person determines the usefulness of material within the first 5 to 7 seconds. Numbers sticks in our brain like a catchy tune, and you may think you have already forgotten them. However, during a conversation on an appropriate topic, they might suddenly come up to your mind. So when we use some impressive numbers at the beginning of the text, we are more likely to make our reader to read this text till the end. There are a couple of examples I show here. For example, did you know that 80% of all the world's data was created in the past 2 years? The digital universe is expanding at an astonishing rate. Good number, 80% of the world's data is made in the past 2 years. Wow, I will remember it for the end of my life. Next example, a single tree can absorb as much as 84 pounds of carbon dioxide per year. Imagine the impact of the forest. Let's imagine you are having a blog about some environmental problems. When you start with numbers, it always is more likely that your text will be read till the end. So you can imagine your own examples and your own numbers. Next option, how we can start an interesting post, is an interesting question. By asking a question that the reader already has in mind, you can grab their attention without using complex psychological tactics. For example, I can ask the question which is common for everyone. How do people even manage to save money these days? Do you know the secret ingredient that can turn a simple dish into a culinary masterpiece? What if I told you that there is a simple way to boost your productivity by 50%? Good questions. I want to read more. I want to know more. So I'm staying with you to read the text till the end. Next option, we can start the text with a controversial or unexpected statement. This is my favorite. For example, this is a quote from my personal blog. If I were a man, I would tattoo the name of my wife's favorite flowers on my right hand and the season when they bloom on my left hand. This statement is intriguing and unexpected, and I want to know what's going next. What will this strange lady be talking in next sentences? Next example, your smartphone knows you better than your best friend, and it's sharing your secrets with the highest bidder. Interesting, I want to know more. Forget everything you've been told about the perfect diet, since now she's been getting it all wrong. That's interesting. That's a common problem about the diet. I want to know more again. Next, what we are going to discuss, what kinds of posts can there be? Globally, posts fall into 3 broad categories: informational, entertaining, and selling. And all other options are just a mixture of these 3 categories. Your post can be entertaining and informational. It can be entertaining and selling. It can be informational and selling, and etc., etc., etc. But there are no more categories, just the 3 and the mixtures of them. The type of post you choose depends on your blog's niche, goals, and the type of content your client wants to share. A well-balanced mix of informational, entertainment, and selling posts can help keep your Instagram audience engaged and provide value, while also promoting your products or services when relevant. And let's discuss when we can use informational posts. For example, when we are working with expertise. If your client's Instagram blog focuses on a specific niche like travel, technology, health, or any other topic, informational posts can be used to share interesting facts, educational content, how-to guides, or insights related to your niche. Also, informational posts are suitable for providing updates or information about current events, news, or trends relevant to your niche. Let's have an example of an informational post. Did you know the Great Wall of China? Look, here we started with a question and with an interesting fact. Did you know the Great Wall of China is not just one conscious wall, it's a series of walls and fortifications built over centuries. Its total length, including all branches and spurs, exceeds 13,000 miles. And here we also have some impressive number. Discover more fascinating facts about world landmarks in our upcoming series. Quite short post. By the way, I want to aware you, nowadays, people in Instagram don't like to read too long text. So if you can make your post as short as possible, please do it. Next one, when we can use entertaining posts. Of course, when we are talking about lifestyle and pop culture, Instagram blogs that revolve around lifestyle, pop culture, and entertainment can share content related to movies, TV shows, celebrity news, or humorous memes and videos. Personal branding. If your blog is centered around personal brand, you can use entertainment posts to showcase your personality, share anecdotes, and connect with your audience on a more personal level. I would say from the experience of having my personal blog where I have 5,000 subscribers, not so much, but still, people really like when I'm telling funny story tales about my failures. This is the best content I can create for them. I get so many reactions, so many shares and likes and savings, and so much feedback from my audience when I'm sharing entertaining content about my failures. You have no idea. This is just the best content I can give to my audience. Let's have an example of an entertainment post. Lights, camera, action. Get ready for a roller coaster of emotions as our favorite characters return in the upcoming season of Mystery Lane. Who do you think will finally solve the big case this time? Share your theories and join the suspense. I would say it's an entertainment post plus a little bit informational. Yeah, we are informing our audience about upcoming event. But I would say that more entertainment posts could be done with memes, with funny reels, and with funny storytelling from your life. When can we use selling posts? When we are talking about electronic commerce and fashion, if you run an online store or a fashion-related Instagram blog, selling posts are a great way to promote and sell your products. Share images of your products, highlight their features, and include promotion or discussions. I would say that it's better to mix selling posts with entertaining posts or informational posts. It would uplift your sales a little bit. Service-based businesses. Businesses offering service like photography, consulting, or fitness coach can use selling posts to showcase their offerings and encourage potential clients to make inquiries or booking. So, of course, selling posts are appropriate for almost any business you might run on Instagram, but please try to make it not pure selling, but selling and informational, selling and entertainment. That would work a little better. Let's have an example of a selling post. New arrivals alert, get ready to elevate your wardrobe with our exclusive fall collection. From cozy sweaters to stylish boots, we've got you covered. Shop now and enjoy 20% off your first purchase with code FALLFAB. Don't miss out this trendy looks, fashion forward. Even we're using a hashtag here. And please draw your attention. I want to draw your attention to the images we use here. There are just a few of them. They are absolutely appropriate. Perfect example of a good emoji use. So if we look a little deeper, we can realize that there are also genres, or genres, as we say in Russia, of texts. What kind of text can there be? Your post can be instructional text, text review, reporting text, text problem, forecast text, text comparison, text description, text recommendation, text criticism, text a funny story or history, text biography, text testimonial. You can write both positive and negative reviews, text news, etc., etc., etc. So if you have any kind of problems making your content plan, you can print screen this slide, and looking at these genres of text, you can have more than 10 ideas for the post like immediately. Let's have wonderful example how we can use this tiny tip to help us create our content plan. So there is an example. Write about a vinyl wallpaper. Let's imagine we are having a client who sells vinyl wallpapers. In Russia, they are extremely popular. What can we do? What post can we write about vinyl wallpaper? First of all, of course, post description. What is vinyl wallpaper? How vinyl wallpaper conquered the building materials market? post review, what I liked about vinyl wallpaper, why vinyl wallpaper didn't work for me, negative and positive, yeah. Post prediction, how long will vinyl wallpaper lead the market? Should stores buy vinyl wallpapers for sale this year or no? As you can see, we only used 3 genres and we already have 6 ideas for content plan. And this is quite a dull topic, yeah? If your business is a little bit more funny than a vinyl wallpaper selling, you can imagine you can create even more ideas for posts and content. So make sure to make a print screen of these genres of text, and that's how you will always have an idea what to write about your business. There are a couple of rules of a successful selling post. First of all, attract attention and engage the reader from the first paragraph. List the benefits of the product or provide information on where the customer can purchase it, because when I read a post and I want to purchase something, I need to understand very well how should I do it, because it might be an impulsive idea. I want to buy it, but if I don't understand how to buy it, I will not write you for any information. I will just skip your page and go, and you will lose me as a client. Address objections such as very good or very long, wait for delivery, etc., etc. We talked about it a little bit at the previous lesson. And don't forget to include a clear call to action. Buy now, order today, contact us right now, etc., etc. Because if you don't put call to action, we will not have any action. Everything is quite clear and simple in the sphere of marketing here. Instructions for rating engagement posts for a coffee shop. Let's have more examples about copywriting. So first of all, we should know our audience, understand the preferences and habits of your target audience, such as coffee lovers, students, or professionals. Highlight unique selling posts. Identify what sets your coffee shop apart. It could be the quality of your coffee beans, cozy ambience, specialty drinks, or unique flavors. If you don't understand what set your business apart or your customer's business apart, you should call your customer and ask him, how do you think, what sets your business apart from your competitors? And write it down. It's not obligatory to do it yourself and to develop these ideas yourself. The business owner should know what sets his business apart from the competitors. Create eye-catching visuals. Use high-quality images or videos of your coffee and products to make the post visually appealing. Instagram is a visual social network. High-quality visuals is a must. So please make sure to have good photos from your client, or to make good photos if you can, or download free good quality photos from the internet. But never use so-so photos or bad quality photos, okay? Engaging caption. Write scenes and engaging captions that highlights the benefits of your coffee or offers such as taste, freshness, or ambience. Call to action, we also call it CTA. Encourage action such as visiting your coffee shop, ordering online, or subscribing to your newsletter. Make a CTA clear and specific. There is also an investigation that if you put 2 CTAs, the same CTAs, in one post, they work better. So I offer you to put the first CTA at the beginning of the text and the second CTA, the same one, absolutely the same one, to put it at the end of the text. That's how you will encourage your audience to definitely do the action you want them to do. Use hashtags and location tags. We talked about them the previous lesson, but please, it's never late to remind you that we need to use relevant hashtags and location tags to increase the visibility of our post. So if you don't remember how to use hashtags, go back to the previous lesson and revise it. And there is a beautiful example of a selling post for a coffee shop. Introducing our fall specials. Unwind with the warm, rich flavor that the coffee heaven, from pumpkin spice lattes to caramel apple ciders. We've crafted a seasonal menu you won't want to miss. Freshly roasted beans for the perfect brew, served on a cozy atmosphere that feels like a second home. That feels beautiful, yeah? Can't make it to the shop? No worries. Get your favorite fall flavors delivered to your doorstep. Order online at the website and enjoy 10% off your first order with the code FAL10. Tag a friend who is in need of some fall coffee vibes. This is a clear call to action, but I would say it would be nice to have this call to action at the beginning too, okay? And there are a couple of hashtags. They work well for this coffee shop, I hope. Instructions for writing selling posts for a fitness trainer. Again, we start from the same point. We should know our audience. We should understand the fitness goals, challenges, and interests of our target audience, such as those liking to lose weight, build muscles, improve overall health, be more stretchy, etc., etc., etc. So it might be different goals why a person wants to go to the fitness trainer, and we need to understand them all. Provide value, share practical fitness tips, advice, and workouts that your audience can implement. This positions you as a credible source of information. Inspirational content, share success stories. Before and afters work perfectly well for this niche. And also you can use some motivational quotes to inspire and empower your followers. But I would say that success stories is just a must for coaches, for fitness trainers, for language teachers, and etc., etc. Because as a potential buyer, as a potential customer, I want to know what result can you offer to me? What result can you guarantee for me? And that's why you need to tell me stories about successful results. Interactive questions. Pose questions or challenges that encourage your audience to share their experience, opinions, and goals. Show your personality. Let your own enthusiasm for fitness and your unique approach shine through all your posts. I would say that this tip works very well for any niche. Let your enthusiasm for what you do and your unique approach shine through all your posts. You might be a fitness trainer, a personal coach, a social media manager, an assistant, whoever you are. Just show your enthusiasm, how you like what you do, and people will buy. If they can feel that you like what you are doing, or your business owner and employees like what they are doing in their work, people are more likely to buy from people who are happy to make their work. So please, whoever you are, if you are running a personal brand and you are a freelancer in any sphere, show your enthusiasm, show how you like your work, and people will buy from you. This is an example of an engaging post for a fitness trainer. Monday motivation, rise and grit. Starting the week with a bang, but we are in this together. Let's talk about your fitness goals. Share in the comments what's one fitness goal you're working on right now. Where it's crushing a new personal record, losing a few pounds, or simply getting back into a consistent routine, we've got you back. Remember, progress may be slow. By quitting won't speed it up. Keep pushing and stay committed. Share your goals below and let's support each other in this fitness journey. This is amazing. You can see there are two call to actions, one at the beginning and the same one at the end. And all this post is full of energy and enthusiasm. I like it very much. Next one, instruction for writing informational post for a coach. As usual, we start from knowing our audience. Understand the needs, challenges, and aspirations of your target audience, whether they are seeking life coaching, career coaching, or any other type of coaching. Identify key topics. Choose topics or themes that are relevant to your audience goals, such as personal development, career advancement, time management, or stress reduction. Offer particular advice. Provide actionable advice, startering or solutions that your audience can apply in their lives or careers. Use clear and concise language. Communicate your message clearly and consciously, avoiding jargon or complex language. I already told this at the beginning. Support with evidence, whether possible, use statistics, case studies, or real-life examples to reinforce your advice and make it more relatable. If you can put some print screens of some studies, it would be even better. Engage through questions. Encourage engagement by posting questions or inviting your audience to share their thoughts and experiences in the comments. And there is an example of an informational post for a coach. 3 impressive facts about time management. Did you know that improving your time management can significantly boost your productivity and quality of life? Here are 3 remarkable facts to get you started. Number 1, studies show that those who effectively manage their time can be up to 90% more productive than those who don't. By investing just 2 hours per week in planning and organization, you can reclaim up to 10 hours of lost time. Efficient time management can save over $10,000 per year by reducing stress and increasing efficiency at work. Ready to make most of your time? Share your biggest time management challenge below and let's work together to overcome it. This is a very beautiful call to action. Look here, we ask our audience to share their problem and we promise our audience to help with this problem. Try to help with this problem. And if we do so, people will trust us even more than before. So this is a very beautiful example of a post for a coach. And I want you to take all your attention on this post and exactly at the last sentence with a call to action. And there are a couple of books I would like to recommend you when we are talking about copywriting. I love these books and I read all of them and I hope you can find them in your place. So recommended books. There are 6 books I would like to recommend you, and my favorite one is by Stephen King, On Writing, a Memoir of the Craft by Stephen King. In Russia, it's called How to Write Books. And we all know Stephen King as a beautiful novelist, as a genius of nowadays, but he never told us how he made his masterpieces. And in this book, he showed us how he became such a good writer. So please, this book is very easy. It's very entertaining, written in a very easy and inspiring language. You will read it in like 2 or 3 days. So definitely order this book online or offline. That's absolutely fine. And make sure to read it. Save the Cat by Blake Snyder. This book is more complicated. It's about making really breathtaking scenarios for your texts. So only if you want to be a very deep copywriter and if you are planning to write a book one day yourself, you can read this book. It's very interesting and it will improve your copywriting skills a lot. Visual Notes by Mike Frudy. It's just a good book to help you to make all the notes that come up to your head in a visual manner. It might help you a little bit as a social media manager, but not obligatory. I love works by Austin Kleon, Still Like an Artist and Show Your Work. Both of these books are genius. They are very beautiful. I maybe even want to show you mine, just a second. So look how beautifully this book is designed. In English, it has absolutely the same design. They are big with a lot of pictures, with a lot of beautiful drawings here. And it's just one of the best books I've seen in a physical form. So if you can buy it physically, please do it. If no, that's not a problem. PDF version is also perfect. And the last 2 of them are Refuse to Choose by Barbara Sher, very psychological books that will help you to improve in your life career. And the last one, and I think the most important one here, is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It's a very old book. It's a bestseller in all the countries it was published. And it helps artistic people to go through their life journey without losing their enthusiasm. It will help you to uplift your copywriting skills, but also this book will help you to uplift your creativity. I like to reread this book once in a couple of years because all of us get tired from being creative. And this book always helps me to come back to my way and to come back working on my business. If you want me to underline the best books from this list, I would say Stephen King, Julia Cameron, and Austin Klein. These three are the must. All others, you might read them. And we are almost at the end from our beautiful presentation. And here I need to tell you how to get a reaction from the audience. And of course, the first rule, regularly share content related to your life and activities for 1-2 weeks to immerse the audience in your context. Share expert content every 2 to 3 days on the blog in a live format to highlight the benefits of your product. It's not obligatory to give expert content every day, but once in a week, twice in a week is enough. Share examples and results of your work or product, such as satisfied customer who enjoyed your cake, or a student who painted a beautiful picture with you, or a customer who improved his fitness skills, or customer who improved at his work, etc., etc. So please show results of people. And when you receive a positive feedback, make sure always post it online. Don't be shy, okay? Next one, engage by asking questions. What interests you about this topic? What difficulties do you have, etc., etc.? Make a connection and communication with your audience. Please share your personal stories of transformation, leaving the most interesting point for last. And go beyond your usual limits. New level photo shoots, interesting quest for a broadcast, Q&A, set a film an ambitious goal in your stories, etc., etc. People like to see how you are improving in social media because they watch you almost like a movie. Remember, at this point, it's just important for you to get energy and feedback. The money is a result of a quality formed relationship with your audience. And now we are at the last part of our today's lesson. I will talk a little bit about stories, and I will tell you most common mistakes people do posting stories. And first one, I've seen it so many times in Indonesia. That's very funny. In the homeworks of my students, when they put too much text on a story. Please try to cover not more than 30% of each of your stories with text. People come to Instagram to entertain themselves, not to educate themselves, not to read your unlimited huge texts and novels. They are here to have fun, especially in stories format. So when you have a story and a picture, please write 1 to 2 sentences, short sentences on this story. Don't cover all the story with a text, okay? Try to use 1 font or 2 maximum. Also, I've seen it so many times in home test when students try to make their stories look more funny and interesting, and they use different fonts, different colors, green, yellow, red, and big letters, small letters, all in one mix. It makes a visual noise, and I can't focus my attention on the idea of the text because it's too vivid, too different. There is too much of it. Please use, for one story, we use 1 or 2 sentences. We use only 1 font. You choose the font you like and you use it from Instagram. And we try to use 1 or 2 colors for the text, which perfectly harmonize with colors of the picture. I prefer to use black or white colors to put text on my stories because they are vivid and it's not a problem to see the text which is written in black colors or in white colors. When the text is green, when the text is brown or violet or pink, it might be difficult to understand what's written here. So please try to use black or white colors when you publish your stories. There are a couple of examples. You can see there is not a lot of text on the stories. You can see the high contrast between the font, the color of the font, and the color of background. And also you can see here that we use different formats for stories. We never use the same format of photo in the stories to make it more rhythmic, to make it more interesting to watch. And here is a next tip: same formats in the storyline. We never use same formats in a storyline. We try to use different formats. It might be, the first story might be the portrait. The second story might be the details of the coffee shop where you are, for example. The next story might be a scenery or just whole human in the picture. And the fourth story might be a collage from different pictures. That's how we take attention of our subscriber, and he or she wants to know, oh, what story will be next? What's interesting will be next? Never put two portraits in one line or two details in one line, or maybe three details in one line. It's very dull for us. Our brain is now so interactive. It needs something new. It needs surprises. And when we see same format stories, it's dull for us. And please, if you're posting a talking head when a person is talking, in your stories, make sure to always subtitle what this person is talking, because 80% of subscribers watch stories without sound. And if your text is not subtitled, they will never understand what you're talking about. Even now, I'm absolutely sure you are watching this lesson with the sound. I still have subtitles to help you understand what I'm talking about. The same idea works for stories. If you put a talking head, please make subtitles for this talking head. And next one, make sure your first story is engaging. And what do I mean here? The first story is the most important one. You probably have seen that the first story has the biggest amount of views than the other stories. And the first story, if it has a lot of views, all other stories will also gain more views. So it's extremely important to make your first story as interesting as possible. Give your subscribers a reason to watch all your storyline from the very beginning till the end. And today I gave you a couple of examples from my post. You can write something intriguing, that's something that will make your audience want to watch your storyline till the end. For example, today I woke up and realized I have been doing all my work in the wrong way. Wow, that's intriguing. I want to know what's next. Or the next idea. Hey guys, today I'm going to spend the biggest amount of money ever. Oh, that's also sounds very intriguing. We want to know how much money I'm going to spend, what I'm going to buy. And I would say people always like to read about money. So money is one of the most intriguing trigger you can put anywhere, in stories, in posts, it doesn't matter. People like to know how much money you earn, how much money you lose, and how much money you're going to spend. So this is a good idea to start any storyline with money. Showing on the results is dull. That's what you should understand writing any text, writing any post, or even a storyline. Please share the process and behind the scenes. Not only pure results of your work, people like to be the part of the process. Here is an example. I show behind the scenes from the photo shoot. I had my beautiful project. We created creative photo shoots for bloggers in Russia. And this picture number 3, is the result, what we've done. Beautiful result for a blogger. But in my account, I also show behind the scenes, how we prepared the girl, how instructors were communicating with the horse, how we fixed her dress, etc. And then I showed the result. What is the result of our work? And this is interesting. If you can show behind the scenes, your subscribers will feel closer to you. So, your home task. Please choose 3 topics for post from the content plan you created in the previous lesson. Write 1 informational post, 1 entertaining or engaging post, and 1 sale post. The post can be really brief. All details will be provided in Google Classroom. So guys, thank you so much for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and see you soon. Goodbye.